Hi, Julie Torrens here. I've got two large sheets of paper. These are from an atlas. And what I want to do is I want to put them together. Well, let's see. Is that the way they go? I mean, I'm just thinking like, let's just do it this way. Some will be upside down, some will be right side up. That's probably not a good idea. Okay, now they're the same way as they were in the book. I did cut off a small part. You may not even be able to see it up there. I know this is too big, but we're going to fold it. But I want to make a great big, a great big folio or pocket, or I don't know what you would call it. All right, I've just put my glue stick about halfway down. And I'm going to stick these two together. Now, each one of these sheets is 13 by 11, but use what you have. Maybe you've got some 12 by 12s that are just not your favorites, or maybe you've got some other things that like junk mail or whatever. This is just something I'm making for me. I'm not making it to sell. I'm not making it, but I just think, why buy something? And the reason why I'm making it is this. So this is where I've been keeping my watercolors that are, I've made from offcuts, but as you can see, they're starting to bend. And I think that's because watercolor paper is so absorbent. So I want to make a folio or like I said, a pocket or a keeper for them so that they don't want to fall apart or get bent or whatever. Okay, I've got some washi and I just picked wide washi, nothing specific. And what I want to do is I'm going to put it on in manageable slices. So I'm going to put some glue stick here because I just know that these washi tapes that I picked out, it's not why I picked them out, but I just know that they're not the stickiest. And that's okay. Washi tape isn't designed to be forever sticky. Did I get, no, almost. There we go. Now again, I know you can't see necessarily the very tippy top or the very bottom, but we're going to be folding this and then you will. And if I would have just taken and moved you out so far that you can see all this, then you would be so far away, it would be like, way up in the top row. Can't see anything. And I'm going to kind of use this as a prototype as well, because I was thinking if this turns out like it's in my mind, that's always scary, huh? Then it might be something I can use in a journal as a signature, not a signature, but as a page in a signature. So I'm just trying to scoop up a little glue glob. It's getting near the end. Every glue stick I've ever bought, when they get near the end, they get a little goopy, and that's fine. Okay. So how are you? I'm getting over a cold. So if you hear me sounding a little off, I am a little off, besides being a little off, a little more off. See, this is already starting to come up, and it's where the washi tape is on top of the washi tape, so it didn't get an extra helping of glue. All right, let's turn this over. And I'm going to do the same thing. So that's okay. We're just crafting together. I'm not making a tutorial. I'm just letting you know what I'm doing and why. And when we're done, this may turn out to be a mess. And we all say, well, it's good to know that doesn't work. You just never know. But what are we out? Nothing. Some washi tape that doesn't stick and a couple of pages of something that we weren't too sure we were going to use anyway. The area that I am at in the map is Saudi Arabia. Ooh, I can feel glue got on my mat. That's okay. Just give it a little rub dub. This mat is not a cutting mat like most people have. I just wanted something washable for my desk, and when I bought it, it said it's silicone, and it probably is, but there were silicone mats that were, can't think and talk at the same time, huh? Silicone mats that when they were showing them in the pictures, you could see straight through them. And then this silicone mat and its cousins, you couldn't see right through. So I wanted one that you couldn't see right through. Well, it's kind of cushioned. It's reminiscent. I don't know, some of you that are my age, because we're going back. My grandma had a beautiful dining room table, and she had these mats that she would put on under the tablecloth, and it gave the table a nice cushiony feel, but it also protected her wood table. So we've just about got this licked. I'm so happy that you're joining me on my little sick day. Because of the fragility of the children that I take care of, I'm not going to be working this week because of respiratory illness. Well, most of them, the diagnosis is respiratory related, so they certainly don't need a respiratory virus. But I'll be okay. All right, so we've got this all glued up. So I believe that this middle is going to be fine. All right, now, I saw this way of making a folio, and I'm just folding it in half the landscape way, as close as I can to center. I saw this first on Camellia Craft Designs, and it was a long time ago. And then I saw Gail Agostinelli make one recently. And so today is August 7. So it would have been, I believe, her August 5th video, where she did a lot of other things as well. Okay, you know what? I have to determine where this is actually going to fold in the middle. So I'm going to go ahead and fold it right now in half. And I'm going to have to ease this because, of course, the glue stick has made it wet, and we've got multiple sheets of paper here. So I'm just going to have to fiddle and fool with it a little bit. Just, you know, go slow, go gentle. We're not in a hurry. It's not a race. Okay, so now I can see where the middle is. I'm going to fold this end in, and the open part is here, and the fold part is here, but I'm not going all the way to the middle. I've got about 1/8 of an inch away, and that's because we want that little easement so that it can fold easy. And let's do this side. Look at how small it's getting. I knew I needed a lot of paper. I'll open this up so you can see. So here's my middle. So again, about 1/8 of an inch. Okay, now if I fold this in half like this, this is my little booklet. And now that I feel confident that I like it, I'm going to go ahead and give it the old bone folder press. All right, this is all open. I think it's pretty. I like this, what's showing up on the map there. Okay, now the inside. I'm going to bring this down all the way. Well, again, I'm leaving that 1/8 of an inch. Good. And now I'm going to fold this one not as far. And I'm trying to line up that these points are the same. You know, they're in a line. There we go. Now, can I do the same on this side? Let's hope. So I want to bring this down, but this time I'm going to try to match that side to this side. So I know I want it there, and that looks pretty crooked. Well, we're just going to take it to here. And now this one, I guess I should say similar. Far from the same, but similar. All right, that looks nice. Good. Okay, now this one I'm going to tuck in, and this one I'm going to tuck in. So I'm going to fold it the opposite way and tuck it in. Well, thought I was. Let's see. Let's see. There we go. Yeah, it's a little fiddly. That's okay. All right. I'm going to do the same over here. I'm just going to tuck this one in. And I'm going to pull this one and opposite fold it, but along that same line. And there. All right. Now I have a pocket here, pocket here. Oh, it's stuck a little. Pocket here, pocket here. So that'll be good. So I need to do some gluing. Good. Now, you know, before I glue it, I'm just looking at it now and thinking, you know, do I like it? Do I not? I do like it. But right here, the washi tape is just not as nice as I wish it would be. So I'm just going to take and cut a straight edge on my washi tape. And get my little glue sheet here. That's why I was saying, not a tutorial, just working on a little project that was on my mind. And I thought, well, I can just do it while you're not looking, or we can just share the time a little bit, right? Because I'm sick and you guys are my friends, and I know you want to know I'm okay, and I am okay. There, I like that much better. Okay, good. Yes, I like that better. And then I think I'm going to grab, there is some foxing, there is some darkening of the edges, but I think it's not very much and it's not everywhere. So I'm going to go with everyone's favorite vintage photo, and I'm going to go ahead and ink up these edges a little bit. Now my ink may look different. Mine is the Ranger Archival ink in the Tim Holtz color, so this one's the vintage photo. It's just so many times when I'm using my inks, I'm using them in a way that I could end up making them wet with, you know, mixed media kind of thing. So I just want to have an ink that can take getting wet a little bit. But use what you have. You've got your distress inks, they're fine. They're totally fine. Good. So yesterday, we had rain on and off almost all day, and with some thunder and lightning, but definitely not storms. But it did knock one of my plants on my patio. I just think it got overwhelmed and it kind of fell apart a little bit. So I went outside and kind of pulled that back together. Let's see what we've got there. We've got a couple of little inky crumbs I'm going to knock off. And let's see, that's why I'm glad I didn't glue it yet. Let's give it a little more, just right up here. You know, this glue sponge leaves weird marks. I'm going to go with this one. Oh, yeah, see, should have done this from the beginning. Oh, well. Oh, well. Live and learn. It's my motto for life. Okay, let's see what we've got now. Oh, yeah. I like that better. All right, now. Put this away, cover up my glue stick. Well, I've got the lid. That means there's a rogue glue stick. Here we go. So I'm going to glue here and here to hold these down. I think at first, though, I think I'm going to glue this one just a little, just to make it less apt to want to pop up as I'm pulling things in and out. Yeah, that'll be good. Let's do the same over here. All right, nice. Now here, and I'm using art glitter glue, which is a staple amongst most of us mixed media artists. It has nothing to do with having glitter in it. It is just a really good white glue that doesn't give up, and it dries reasonably fast. I'd say very fast. Okay, that should keep everything from wanting to fall right out. Okay, now, what do you think? Now, see, what I was thinking is, if we have a journal, I don't have a journal handy. I do have an 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, though. If we're having a journal, this could go right in and be sewn in. Do you see what I mean? I think that's cool. Really cool. But that's not what this one's for. This one has a job already. Yes, it does. Okay, well, this is mine, but I like nice things, and I know you do too. So I'm going to decorate it up a little bit. And I pulled out some of my own favorite flowers. And these are my printables that you can find on PM Artist Studios, and you can download and cut them out, but they are watercolors that I made. So here's 3 leaves, there's 3 flowers. I like that. Now let's get the leaves on first. Whoops, let's grab the glue stick that's going. Okay, now I'm going to set these sort of back where I'm kind of thinking so that I know where to put a leaf. right there. Whenever I'm working in this, I don't know if I'm going to need to. Whenever I'm working in this maps, this atlas book, it reminds me of when I used to play Risk, a game of Risk with my brother. I learned the names of a lot of countries playing that game. I sure did. Thanks, Phil. I think the one I remember most is Kamchatka. It was a little island. I used to like to capture it because I liked the name. Yeah, Kamchatka. Oh boy. Memories, huh? All right, let's get you right here. Okay, looking good. Let's get the flowers on. I know I'm getting towards the end of this glue stick, and I think I already told you that, but it's not as handy as it usually is. Now you may be looking at that and saying, that's nowhere near where you had said you were going to put it. That's the way I am. That's what happens with me. But I had a general idea. I was going to do this video earlier in the day, but they were using a, hang on. Oh, it looks good. They were using a weed whacker, and that seemed to go on forever, but it was loud. I mean, it's necessary. I'm not complaining, but it did make me think I'm going to make a video a little later in the day. Okay. Now we're going to be doing more watercoloring. I've got some watercolor pieces that I need to tip, which means just put them into my art journals, get them off the floor. Okay, that looks pretty. Now I've got I'm moving my glue book. I've got my Prisma watercolor pencils, and I'm going to pick a color that is dark, but that I think will look nice with the map and all. I think I'm going to go with a brown. This one's called Terracotta. That's probably going to be awfully red. This one's called Brown Sienna. A little reddish, I'm sure, but that's all right. Let's use that. Sorry for snipping. Sorry. All right. So I'm just going to take this and go around the edge, and I am not being precision or precise. I'm just getting pigment around the edge. And I'm just going to go around all these flowers, like in a group, and then I'll see what I think, and then I may decide to go around each flower individually. We'll see. I'm not worried that I'm getting too much or too little. I'm just getting the pigment on here. But it's one of my favorite ways to shade, is using watercolor pencils. Now I have a Stabilo all in black, and boy, that is strong. But I wanted a color. I didn't want black. And you can get the Stabilos in colors as well. Okay, I already like it better. All right, grab a watercolor brush. I thought I put one out. Isn't that the way? All right, I'm grabbing. Sorry. There, you can probably see my head. I'm sorry. And I mean, I literally just grabbed a brush that was in reach, but it doesn't matter. And I'm going around. Can you see it changing? Just get a touch more water. Whoa, that's a lot of water. Okay, I've gone around about half, and I'm going to grab the pencil while this is wet, and I'm going to add a little more. I could even take this and dunk it in the water and use it that way. I mean, there's all kinds of ways you can use watercolor pencils. I'm sorry for sniffing. I like this better than the brush for this one. It's always different. And it doesn't hurt the pencil at all to do this. A little too much water there. I'm going to grab some of that water. Grab some of this water again. There we go. Dunk. All right. I'm liking that. And I think I will. I'm just going to keep going with dunking. And I'm going to go around these flowers. Just like that. Nice. Very good. So now, this needs to dry a little bit, obviously, but I should be able to start nesting my, like these watercolor journaling cards, and we'll be making some more. But look how nice they'll fit. And then they won't, hopefully, my goal is they won't be all bendy. So little glue got in there. Yep, it's okay. Just take the old bone folder and you can straighten that out. Ta-da! Well, you're going to have to let me know what you think in the comments. If you haven't subscribed, today's a great day. Remember to like, subscribe. Right down here, there's going to be another video that's going to be picked out just for you. I'll see you over there.